The real contribution of these scientists are their discoveries of the telepathic communication that carries on between every living thing in its environment. Somehow, a constant stream of messages is being sent out, received, and replied to between all living things. Baxter, Popp, and Schwartz made some fundamental discoveries about the quantum nature of thoughts and intentions. They discovered that human beings and all living things are both receivers and transmitters of quantum signals. They also demonstrated that a thought is an actual physical something. It seems to manifest as both electrical and magnetic energy, and it produces an ordered stream of photons which are visible and measurable by sensitive equipment. It could be that our intentions also operate as highly coherent frequencies, changing the very molecular makeup and bonding of matter. From all of this information, we realize a number of things. One is that reality isn't solid or stable. We also know that we're beaming information back and forth at every moment, and we're sharing information from our environment all the time. You can try this with a simple experiment. Sit down quietly in a meditative state and try to pick up the cues from your environment. Clear your mind of any thoughts, things about what's happened in the past or what's about to happen in the future. Don't think about what's going on in your day. Just be open to all of your 5 senses and try to pick up cues from your environment. Pick up information, first of all, just about your room, your chair, your computer, the trees around you, your favorite things, people coming in and out. Pay attention to your 5 senses. What does the room smell like? What does it taste like? What are you seeing in your mind's eye? Write down what you receive without judgment. Another way of doing this is to try just simple transmission between you and your partner or you and a good friend. Hold a thought in your mind. Just anything. An easy way of doing it is a simple object, like a dog or cat or ball, or a simple color, or a simple quality like love or gratitude. Get yourself into a meditative state and hold on to that thought. Just imagine it. If you are somebody who's highly visual, imagine it as a picture. If you're highly verbal, imagine it as a word. Whatever is most comfortable for you. Your partner should also get into a meditative state and just sit and receive. Imagine themselves receiving. I'm going to explain later in this program how to power up so you can do this in the most efficient way. But just for now, hold your thought and imagine transmitting it out through your heart to your partner. Your partner, on the other hand, should pick up that thought and just reach out to pull that information from you and write down the first thought that comes into his or her head, or the first image that comes into his or her head, without judgment. I tried this once. It was a remote viewing exercise, and the object was candy, was a piece of candy. When I was first asked to pick up the information, the first thing that came into my mind was the word candy. And this is a very strange thing because I live in England where we refer to candy as sweets. I thought to myself, candy, that's strange. And then I imagined something oval. I got the strong image of something oval. And I thought to myself, oh, it's a pin, because I was wearing an oval pin at the time. So I had this kind of analytical overlay. I analyzed what it was, and that turned out to be wrong. What it actually was a piece of oval candy. I'm telling you this story so you won't do any analysis of what pops into your head. You just write down the first thought, the first image that comes through. Just let it flow through without judgment, without analysis. Another experiment you can try is to send information through a third person so that you have 3 people in the room and you yourself transmit a thought to a second person and it is picked up by the third person. This is a good experiment to just play around with to see how much of an antenna receiver we all are and how much information is flowing through us at every moment.